Hello, 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 Africa. Tell me how you're doing. A big welcome to Trendz here on the SABC News Channel 404. We are coming to you live from Auckland Park, Johannesburg. My name is Rufil Wemwilwa, and if you want to get in touch with us, our Twitter handle is @Trendz on SABC. In our first story for the day, 100 years later, the Converse Chuck Taylor All-Star is still the most worn sneaker of all time. This past week, Trendz was invited to the behind-the-scenes photo shoot of the Converse Reverse Seasonality Holiday 17 campaign. The campaign took over the streets of Jozi with influencers such as Tide Levi, Frank Casino and Fifi Cooper. Take a look at this.
She is young, hip and trendy. Hip-hop artist Fifi Cooper is a perfect representative for Converse's name of campaign. The campaign is aimed at celebrating the daring spirit of today's youth culture with a diversified cast and crew from Argentina, Australia and South Africa.
I feel like Converse chose me because of my personality, and I believe in originality, I believe in versatility, trying something different, and that's exactly what Converse is about. And they just gave me a call, and boom, we just had to work on this amazing, summer range that they're doing, #ForeverChuck summer campaign.
Created and shot by new age storytellers, the Statists, the campaign seeks to explore the latest trends in high-low styling that matches Chuck Taylors with everything and everyone. This week, the streets of Joburg were abuzz with cameras, lights and plenty of action when the 2017 summer campaign starring Fifi Cooper was shot.
It was like joy at first, and then research, and discussing what we want to get out of it, and just staying true to what we want, as well as contributing and collaborating with fellow artists. So it was just those thoughts coming together and just making sense for us and making sense for our fellow collaborators.
Yeah, I think definitely like one of our biggest influences, Converse, growing up. We've had it as a kid, as a teenager, as a young adult, so it was like quite a huge compliment for them to say, yo, we want you guys to shoot this campaign and to be part of it. And that's exciting. They wanted basically for us to do what we do best, which is telling our stories the way we tell them.
The Converse sneaker has been around since 1917 and they come in different styles and colors to suit every look. The Chuck Taylor All-Star sneaker was the original basketball shoe, but its purpose has changed over the years. With its timeless silhouette, vulcanized rubber sole and unmistakable ankle patch, the Chuck is made for your self-expression.
It has been amazing, we have been shooting mo Joburg, knowing that style vele setswa teng mo batho botlhe la ba tswa ko magaeng ba tla go zama ka fashion. That's when ukila bona do tsotlhe di simolamo. So it has been so really amazing for me. I mean, it's my first experience ke bereka le Converse and I'm really loving everything. They get me very well and I love the fact that I'm comfortable in everything that we're doing, in terms of my style as well. So it has been absolutely incredible.
The campaign will drop in October.
And so they were here just last week. The Samro Foundation once again this year hosted 13 keyboard semi-finalists for the much-anticipated Samro Overseas Scholarship Competition. Held at UNISA's Matthews Hall in Pretoria this past week, the competition opens the floor to keyboard players from all over the country to compete for the ultimate prize of 200,000 Rand worth of a scholarship. Take a look.
First conceptualized in 1962, this competition has gained popularity over the years. Once again, it lived up to its expectations, that of giving young musicians in the country a platform to make their mark. On this day, keyboard players contested in the jazz and Western art music categories. At stake is a 200,000 scholarship for the overall winner and 75,000 Rand for the second runner-up.
This competition is about the best of the best in music in South Africa, and it goes back to 1962. So SAMRO, when it started in 1961 as an organization, it decided you have to invest in where you get your money from. We get our money from music, so we invest in musical talent. We gave the first scholarship in 1962, and we gave in 1964, and we've given 78 since the 1960s.
Willem de Beer and Megan Geoffrey Prince, who competed in the Western Art Music category, were the first pair to go through to the finals, while Ntando Ngabo and Nicholas Williams secured space in the jazz category.
I feel relieved. The pressure is pretty high. The people are very talented that take part. So it's quite an honor for me to be chosen to go to the final.
It's very exciting. I've worked hard, so I'm glad that it's rewarded. The competitions are very ungrateful things. You know, everybody works hard, and then only a couple get to play all the music that they've rehearsed. So I'm glad that I get to do that, and yeah, looking forward. Very excited.
You know, as you become a performing musician, you lose time practicing because you end up having to play performances and gigs and stuff. So it's been a great opportunity to force myself to practice more consistently again, like I used to when I was studying. So that's been great. And also trying to control your nerves, trying to keep your mind focused and not worry about what other people are doing, because it's all about what you can bring to the table. You know, everyone here is great, so it's going to be a difficult decision for the judges.
I feel very honored, and I think there are incredible finalists who are in this year's competition. They added an extra. They usually have 6. They added an extra because they said the standard was so high, which is to be expected of South African pianists. I've always thought that we've got such a great crop of South African jazz piano players. It's an honor to be amongst these guys. A lot of them are friends, you know. So, and I don't go into this competition with the thing is that the best person is going to win.
The finals are currently underway in Pretoria, and the ultimate winner will be announced later today.
Now, she may be new in the music industry, but already Afro-pop singer Naledi Brown is making waves. She has performed for royalty. Naledi honored an invite to sing at King Goodwill's Willitini's 69th birthday party. And that's not all. She also wowed President Jacob Zuma with her song titled Ndiyamthanda lo Bhuti at a gala dinner held for the president. Now, she's here with me in studio to talk about her debut album called Buyele Khaya. How are you, Naledi?
I'm well, thank you.
Fantastic to have you here, looking so bright and lovely.
Thank you, and thank you for having me.
So new on the music scene, and you are not even doing big concerts. You are performing for the biggest names in the country. Tell us how that came about and who you are and what you're all about.
Okay, thank God. I'm Naledi Brown. I'm an traditional Afro-pop singer.
Okay, so I like that because you said traditional Afro-pop. So I want you to tell me what that means.
That means that my album has a lot of traditional elements in it. It's not just Afro-pop. It's very traditional in most of the songs, except for Ndiyamthanda lo Bhuti, which is an Afro-pop song.
So you're saying this for our president, JZ?
I sang that for the president, and and he liked the song.
Yes, yes.
And also, the president has my CD.
Fantastic, fantastic. Did you autograph it for him?
Yes, I did.
Nice one.
Yes, I did. Yeah. So I'm coming from the Eastern Cape. I'm doing this music thing now. It's a nice thing that I love a lot. It's a 10-track album, Buyele Khaya, which was only released in April. Okay. But already I'm getting a great support and great response from the people.
Fantastic.
Yes,
and so before this, when you say you're doing this now, I mean, did you always know that ultimately music was your end goal, or did you start in something else? You know, did you have a 9-to-5 like other people?
I still have a 9-to-5.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I always wanted to be a singer. I always wanted to be a performer. Because I love art. But I started with my academics and then got a 9-to-5. Then I thought, let me pursue my music because I want to achieve everything that I wanted before I die.
Yes,
of course.
For all your dreams, and you have the talent for it. So in your family, in your circle, who have been your biggest influences? I mean, were you always the one, you know, at family gatherings, they always said, Naledi, you know, sing for us, or who just said, you know what? Take the risk, do it, put yourself out there. You can actually be a great singer in South Africa.
Yes, my mom is a teacher, so she used to be a choir teacher at her school. Yes. And you know, most dala they can go and do anything at school. Yeah. So I was part of the choir, my mom. Okay. And then as I grew up, when we had things at home like gatherings and other things, I would be part of that and just get on stage and dance. And then I realized that I have love for music and art. And then I also joined our local groups doing Sarafina, Bomengo Groove, and other things.
Fantastic. And so where to from here? Your debut album has been released. So where are you performing? Where are you taking, you know, the Naledi stardom to next?
I have been fortunate, though my music is not yet out there, but I'm already being booked.
Fantastic.
Like tomorrow we are at Nelspruit. I'm singing at the Women Entrepreneurship Awards. We're traveling tonight. And the aim is to get the music out there. We are doing local tours. Yes.
Okay. And I mean, when you decided traditional Afro pop, you know, was your path, what do you have to say? I mean, in terms of even the way you're dressed, you know, we can already see there's a lot of a rich sense of pride and heritage and, you know, who you are. Basically, you're not trying to be somebody that you're not.
Yes, I'm not trying.
That's
I'm
important
not trying
for you.
at all. Yes, I'm Naledi Brown, who's a traditional person. I respect and observe traditions and cultures, different cultures, and I think that makes that is what makes us. So that's why I am more focused in this music, because I felt that it fits with who I am. It fits with my vocals, because I didn't want to do something just because I love music. That doesn't suit me.
Fantastic. And it being Women's Month, who are some of the most iconic singers that you know, that you look up to and you say, one day I want to be remembered like this person?
The late Brenda Fassie. Usisithando Samazwaye. There's a lot of them. I would also one day would like to work with Utatumbo Ngema. Those are the people that have influenced me. Yes. Mama Miriam Makeba, how can I not count in the Busim Klongo?
Right. Okay, well, some of those are still alive and you may work with them in future. The star is only, it's not even, you know, the sky is your limit. You will definitely make a mark, and thank you very much for coming, and we look forward to hearing you later on.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. That was Naledi Brown. Yeah, we're going to an ad break. Trendz comes back after this. Welcome back. You're still watching Trendz. So while the chilly winter season is not exactly almost over, we are looking forward to warmer days. And the question is your wardrobe up to date and spring season ready? Well, if you're uncertain or keen to know what's trending, we have got you covered. We were invited to an exclusive Spring-Summer 2017 preview at one of the high-end boutiques at Hyde Park, and this is what you need to know.
A new magnificent range of French and Italian items have just been unpacked this season. Spring Summer 17 will bring lots of exciting new prints, fun textures, denims, floral dresses, stunning silks and embroidered colors. Nikki gave us a behind the scenes on the must-have items and trendy statement pieces that will instantly update and refresh your wardrobe.
And here Talisha has got a skinny pair of jeans with a raw edged hem, which is a very big trend at the moment, and it's got the feature of the paint splashes. You also see her with the denim waistcoat. Embellishment on jeans are huge, and you can see it's got a bit of an Aztec feeling here, a little bit of beadwork, and it just adds another texture to the outfit. Of course, slogan t-shirts are here to stay, and you've always got to make your statement with your slogan t-shirt. This is a very amazingly striking one with a bit of gold brought in. And I think that one of the key things we like to do with outfits is have your third piece. It's often quite difficult in summer, being a hot season, to have your third piece, because often it's a jacket, but this is a great way to have your extra addition in your outfit. The second outfit we're showing here is radical florals, which are very oversized and are also picking up on the trend of clashing colors, which is amazing. You see the purple with the red, and you can be very brave and go head to toe floral, or you can split it up as we have done here. We're also seeing the ruffle trend, which is here to stay, as well as the asymmetrical off the shoulder. The camo trend. Don't let anyone tell you that camo is not a neutral. We are obsessed with camo at Nikki, and you can pair it with absolutely anything. Here we're actually picking up on the trend of mixing the patterns that we spoke about earlier. For example, you've got the stars printed over the camo, which is a great vibe. Also, when you're wearing your outfit, if you've got quite a narrow bottom, it's always nice to pick up on the voluminous trend of the top, which is the lovely soft boxy top, which is slightly cropped and wider, which balances the silhouette very nicely. Now for summer, the dress is your best friend. It is the easiest item to wear. You don't need to have to worry about what it works with. If you really want something easy that just works, a printed dress is sensational for summer. The play suit is such a wonderful, fun trend. Here you are seeing how we have mixed the very bright colors with your basic olive, your military olive. So that's just showing how you can introduce the two different, the brights with the more minimalistic military kind of look. It's got a beautiful back detail. And you'll see again, you've got your embellishments on the tassel feature at the back. This item looks amazing as Talisha's got it with heels, but will look equally amazing with gladiator sandals. This dress you would think would only be able to be worn on more special occasions, but again, this season is all about experimenting and personalizing your outfit and pushing boundaries, and this can look amazing with a little cropped denim jacket over and wear it more casually. So though we've shown it here dressed up with the heels, it can really be an amazing item to work in your wardrobe. This amazing off-the-shoulder dress is showing a little bit of the Japanese trend and influence that's also come through on the season. You see kimonos and all kind of Japanese-inspired prints. You've got the lovely detail of the feathers. And we always say in an outfit, you always need something like color, print, texture, or shine. Here you've got your little bit of texture and you've got your print. So you're well taken care of that. You don't actually need much more than that. It can be worn on the shoulder or off the shoulder. Can take you day to night, heels to flats. Trendz, thank you so much for having us this morning and allowing us to show you the sneak peek of Summer 17. We had so much fun. And please don't forget to follow at Nikki Boutiques on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.
Thank you so very much to Nikki Brega. So Mercedes-Benz Fashion Week took place out at Midrand's Mall of Africa recently, and they showcased the most beautiful designs from some of Africa's finest. Now we caught up with some influential trend analysts at the event who gave us some insights into the business of fashion. Take a look.
August marks one of the biggest weeks in fashion with Mercedes-Benz Fashion Week. Africa Fashion International recently hosted the event at a brand new venue, the Mall of Africa in Midrand. And while all the hype was around the spring designs on the coldest weekend in August, we also take a look at the business end of fashion and retail. We attended a trend forecast masterclass with analysts Dave Nemeth and Nicola Cooper, who gave some serious insight into how to stay relevant in this fast-changing environment.
Well, I think it's really important for people who are developing brands or for businesses to understand that the way that they've done business has to evolve and has to change with the newer generations, how they've been brought up, what their ethics are, what their aspirations and their hopes and their dreams are. So it's a different world due to technology and social media, and that's constantly changing as a result. So the idea is to really focus on an ever-changing consumer typology.
Once the makeup is on and the hair is set and all the models have walked their best walk, Fashion Week comes to a close. But only half the work is done. Retailing these designs to consumers is next on the list, and having observed the latest trends internationally and integrating them into your work will come a long way in taking the clothes from the catwalk to the streets.
Africa is ready for everything. Africa is going to see the growth, and Africa is exciting. The complexity is that we are speaking to so many different types of people, and you can't be everything to everybody. But I think the importance is actually segmenting and understanding who do you want to sell your products to, who do we want to speak to, and adapting. You know, a mall in Durban could be very different to a mall in Cape Town, that could be very different to a mall in Soweto.
International trends seemingly set the bar for how far we will go in South Africa. But that begs the question, why? Why are we only observing? Why are we copying? Why are we not setting the trends ourselves and allowing the world to observe? Maintaining our authenticity is key to success in this constant evolving market of retail and fashion.
It's important to see how trends are translating here. You know, because we are still developing and sometimes deconstructing and reconstructing our identity here, we may pick up on an international trend, but how we articulate it has a little bit of African flavor. So the idea is, you know, you can tap into a specific international trend, but what about it can you make unique or tap into someone on a personal level?
Absolutely fantastic. On to some film news now. So, a father, author and relationship expert called Matthew Taylor is on a whirlwind book tour promoting his new bestseller, The Bounce Back. He thinks he's got it all figured out until he meets the witty but a tad bitter Kristen Peralta, a talk show circuit therapist who's convinced he's nothing but a charlatan. Matthew's life is then turned upside down when he inadvertently falls for Kristen and has to face the painful truth of his past. Take a look at this upcoming rom-com.
My name is Matthew Taylor, and this is The Bounce Back. What we're going to do this weekend, strategies in creating the kind of love that you want for your life.
The Bounce Back's about a book author, Matthew Taylor, who wakes up one day and realizes that his wife doesn't love him anymore. His whole concept of love is completely shattered, and he writes a book to heal himself called The Bounce Back.
The title in itself says it all. It's about falling in love, it's about falling out of love and dealing with heartbreak and then bouncing back and having the courage to find love again. And it's all the trials and tribulations of coming with that.
He's a guy who happened to write a popular book who now thinks he's an expert in the field of relationships. I'm a relationship therapist and I disagree completely with his philosophy.
No, you need to be open to this. I am never going to be open to some low-rent hustler shilling platitudes and quick fixes to the immature and emotionally lazy.
It started as a small book, became a bestseller, and I play his manager, Terry Swift, who's like this diehard friend and, you know, very passionate about getting to the top.
What's up? What am I looking at?
Bestsellers list.
We went from 11 to 14. That's not the direction we need to go to get to #1.
Then why are we doing a local circuit?
Because that's all we got.
So he meets Nadine Velasquez, who plays Kristen Peralta. And she's this beautiful, smart girl. It's sort of, you know, a little like, I don't know if this book is real. Like, are you just making it up?
She sort of gets dragged to his seminar by her friends because she's trying to get over a relationship.
We're going to do a little personal enrichment.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
And she confronts him at the seminar.
Quick fixes like yours are always a scam, whether it's a pill, a book, or a seminar.
The TV producer happens to be there, loves what she sees, and decides to put them together on television.
They become a bit of a hot item going on talk shows, sort of battling it out. And of course, two people from very opposite sides of their view of love sort of fall for each other.
They have like a, you know, a little bit of friction, and then they kind of find some love in there, and I'm in the way. Did you hit it?
No.
Did you get up in them jeans?
No, come on, man. Stop.
I mean, what brings them together is what brings anybody together who have some chemistry and spend a lot of time together. Even though they might have different opinions, they really like each other's company and they like the challenge and they find that really attractive.
When you've had your heart broken, you tend to get very guarded. You know, you tend to change your philosophies and your set of rules because you don't want to feel that pain again. You don't want to feel that hurt. Matthew has to deal with that rejection, having a child involved. Move your butt, Slowpoke.
Dad, you really need to get a girlfriend.
Excuse you? His philosophy was don't dwell in the past, look to the future. That works for him, but for some reason, even though he's saying and doing all the right things, he finds himself alone. You want that excitement of being into somebody and having somebody be into you. And The Bounce Back is just a good time looking at the life of love. It's just a fun way to look at love, and it's a fun way to believe in falling in love all over again.
I have a perfectly healthy love life.
Please, no you don't.
How would you know?
You're a grown man who's never been in love. That's how I know.
Sound good, don't it? Do it.
And that was the bounce back. Looks fun indeed. So stay tuned. We're still not done on Trends, and it's been an absolutely awesome Women's Month. We've spoken about women in theatre, we've done women in film. Up next, coming after the break, we also have women in jazz. Come back after this. That's the ladies in jazz. I'll be talking with some of them in just a little while. Now over onto the Free State, where Jane Mpolo, an artist who has experienced heart-wrenching ordeals in her life, she's written and directed a theatre production called Psalm 69. Now, the one-woman production is a theatrical version of her own life, telling the story of how she was sexually abused at a young age and also lost her parents to HIV/AIDS.
It started off as a journey of self-healing and later morphed into a much sought-after theatre production. Psalm 69, a one-woman production, takes the audience through a journey of hardships experienced by Jane, the playwright. At the age of 28, she has had her fair share of heartbreaking ordeals. When she was 13, Jane was sexually violated.
I never knew it was rape until I was in high school, because we were never taught about such from home or school. Like, I only knew that it didn't feel right, but I didn't know the term for it was rape.
Jane's ordeal did not end with the rape. In 2006, she lost her parents and her entire family was in denial about the cause of death and thus could not find immediate closure.
I think I also fell into the whole being in denial trap. And I also felt uncomfortable and the stigma around the whole thing. So yeah, my mom and dad passed away because of HIV and AIDS. Yeah, we had to have 2 funerals 2 weeks in a row.
Judging by the flow of this production, it is clear that, like a phoenix, Jane rose from metaphorical ashes with renewed youth to live another cycle. Psalm 69 has already been to the State Theatre. It was a hit at the Youth Experience Festival in June. The play will be shown at the Olive Tree International Women's Festival in October.
It's a very gripping, strong, painful, beautiful story at the same time. So I think that is very complex for a director. So I think it's actually an honor to have her, who is the writer, fill me in, because what normally directors have to deal with is they have to take a text and they don't have the writer with them at hand.
What I've been through in that production made me realize, there's so many people, you cannot just judge a book by its cover. That's what people say. You know, you would say, okay, maybe she's got it all, what, but you don't know that person at all. So I think what we've been through together, it's been one of the things that made me open, that opened my eyes to actually see the good in life more and more.
Armed with a BA degree in drama and theatre arts, Jane is a fully rounded artist, a model, author, scriptwriter, and director.
I've been meaning to ask you as well. Can you even understand English?
It's amazing. It actually started with me writing the books. I wrote the first book, Jane Mpolo's Exclusives, just for me, you know, for my own sake, for my own sanity, for my therapy. And then somebody read it and they're like, but you'll be selfish if you're gonna keep this to yourself. So many people out there are giving up and they haven't even gone through half of what you've gone through. Share it with the world.
It's a bittersweet moment. Jane, a devout Christian, has used her ordeal to inspire silent voices. As Psalm 69 verse 15 states, "Rest me from the mire and do not let me sink." Jane says women often lack the guts to talk.
Well, I have in studio right now the ladies, some of them anyway, who just played for us. Amazing, amazing band who look absolutely gorgeous. They were founded in 1998 by Aniki Maswangahe and Zodwa, Leseho, Tope and Sanki are ladies with a love for jazz that far surpasses mine or yours. They're multi-talented instrumentalists, extremely determined to make it as a band of sisters. And here they are with me in studio now. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you.
Great having you here. You played for us a song called Me, and I love it. I mean, I love how you are representing all that is strong, powerful, talented, gorgeous-looking, colorful, strong women who love music. So, Aniki, take us through, you know, the coming together of the band and what we were just talking about, that when you started off in the 70s, there weren't many of you.
Yeah, it's so true. Thank you for this opportunity, Refilwe. Yes, back then when we started, it would take gutsy girls like us in the 70s to be there and come out and say, this is what we want to do. Yeah. It was only myself that I got to know of, I mean, from the black culture, and Austel Masehon. Yes. So, well, I know in the white communities there has been, you know, because I remember I used to be jealous when I listened to the Bengals that time in the 70s and say, where's our sisters? You know, so it inspired me.
Most of the time, they're always the singers, but when it comes to playing the instruments, it's male bands.
Yes, so, and it came that I got so much inspired to have a band like this. So now the first person that I recruited is our lead vocalist, Thandi Mahlangu. When I met her, we always aspired to work together. So I said, you have the voice that I'm looking for. You are a good vocalist. You are talented. You are dynamic. Come join. Then we sat down together. We planned ahead as to now where do we get the rest of the band?
Fantastic. Let's talk to the rest of the band. Of course, over the years, a few people, as Maha just said, you know, have come and gone, but you ladies are now here. Take us through what it is that you do. And musical education is not exactly cheap. anywhere in the world. So are you ladies self-taught, or have you gone to school for what you do, or is it just passion and love fueling you?
Thank you, Rafina. I studied music. I'm also a music tutor, so it hasn't been easy, especially playing an instrument. I started off as a singer, and then I switched to piano, but my love remained with bass, so that's why I'm playing bass today. And
that's not easy for a woman. And
it's not easy. Yeah, they get hurt, you know, when you
and calluses and all. Okay, so you should
I can't even do my nails, you know, because I'm a bass player.
Okay, and then take us through what you play and just your love for these women who together you are a band of sisters and you have gone all over and, you know, wowed audiences.
Yeah, we've gone all over and we're receiving a royalty treatment wherever we are. I'm a saxophonist.
Yes.
And
why the saxophone though?
Because I wanted to be that unique one.
Because wind instruments are also hard.
Yes, they
are. Blowing
very...
into a trumpet, a saxophone is hard.
Yes. Yeah. Because female musicians are very we are like a drop in an ocean. Yeah. So some of us, like me, wanted to stand out and say, whatever men can do, I can do as well.
Of course, yes. Of course. Fantastic. And so in the times that you have traveled, have gone places, have performed for, you know, amazing people, what have been some of, you know, your highlights of the ladies in jazz era?
The highlights. I think the highlight, the first one was when we got to perform for the Joy of Jazz, I think 98, the very same year that the Ladies in Jazz was founded. Yes. And the promoter said, what? Ladies, what? From 20. Since Joy of Jazz will be there, I want them here. Then we went, and that was the highlight. And the other one was when we had to do a farewell function for Mama Nkosazana Dlamini Zuma, yes, and when she was deployed go Ethiopia.
Right.
And getting to tour the Middle East. That was a scary one.
Really? How was it for you, Zora? Tell us about, you know, when you travel, just, you know, the culture shock, or, you know, but music is a language that transcends barriers, languages, cultures, anything. You know, people just flow with your music. So what have been some of the most exciting, no, actually the most outrageous things that you've experienced when you travel?
Especially in Africa, they don't have female bands like us. You know, everybody loved us. We were well received. They loved our music, even though they don't understand the languages. But, you know, everybody danced to whatever rhythm we played.
Of course,
you know. And then again, in the Middle East, it was very beautiful. And the cultures, it was scary though.
And do they brief you on, you know, what you can wear, what you can't wear, and all of that?
In some places you have to cover your head.
Yes. And here we are. We love our locks. No, but ladies, I mean, it's absolutely amazing. And what do you have to say? I mean, do you mentor young, you know, musicians right now? Do you, you know, what do you do outside of, you know, playing as a band and growing yourselves? Are you looking towards, you know, skills development, furthering on, you know, the jazz music for young people and young women in particular?
Yeah, actually we do that. We do that taking in the young girls, mentoring them, and taking them through what music business is all about.
And it's tough.
We do experience some exploitation, some, you know.
And you've gone through it all. I think like you've gone through it all. And that's the great thing, I mean, about things like even your Joy of Jazz, or, you know, the workshops that you know, that happen every now and again for any type of music conference, to know these things. The pitfalls are there. And for young girls, young women especially, even more so, you know what I mean? So in terms of what you've gone through and just how you've overcome, what's the two biggest lessons you've learned in, geez, over 20 years in the music industry?
Actually, it's 40 years.
Oh my gosh. That's right. Okay, the band was founded about 20 years ago.
19 years ago, the band. Okay, the two things. Develop a thick skin. This is not the CC industry. Two, focus on your talent. Don't listen to what people are saying about you, how you will not make it. Just focus, and believe in yourself.
Wow.
Yeah, following on her, I think it's patience. Just be patient on what you do. Don't try to do this and that, jump all over. True. Stay in your lane.
Stay focused.
And harness your talent.
Yes. Okay, that's absolutely amazing. And you know what the awesome thing is? What you've just said transcends to advice for any young girl who will grow up into a woman. You know, we go through so much, and I think it doesn't matter whether you're in music, film, television, arts, it's all part of the same, you know, machinery, and we all just have
our
to...
lives don't end here. We are mothers,
go-go's,
as well, you know.
Wow, absolutely fantastic. You are going to perform for us once more. Where are you performing next? Where can people see you? Social media? Where do people get to know what the Ladies in Jazz are up to?
Okay, we are at the Murutile Park on the 2nd of September.
Next weekend. Yes, the big one.
We are celebrating with them their 20th year.
Jeez.
And we are celebrating our 19th year in the music industry. So it's all
a big celebration. And
Yes.
the amazing thing as well is that, you know, you mentioned the Joy of Jazz. You were at the first one. That's also coming in September. Amazing musicians from all over Africa, South Africa, and, you know, the US coming through. So, yeah, I mean, it's all amazing. Thank you so very much for coming through. You ladies are amazing examples, and you look stunning. Like I said, I like this. The heels and everything. You know what I mean? And you say you're a gogo, and your red heels.
Go-go.
Oh my gosh.
Sisho will be saying gogo, I need this, I need that.
Okay, you're the cool gogo. Thank you so very much, ladies.
Thank you.
That was, the Ladies in Jazz. They will be performing for us a little bit later on again. Still lots more to come on Trendz. Please do stay tuned. We are going to a break, and we will be back after this. Welcome back. You're still tuned to Trendz this Saturday. So we do still have the Ladies in Jazz in studio. But now I want to switch it up a bit and talk about ladies doing big things in another industry. So South African female DJs are just as talented as male DJs, they've shown. Now they have made names for themselves as club DJs and also VJs, and do it in heels and also well. They're hot, they're talented, and taking over the scene bit by bit. The gains are small, but they definitely are making gains. But are enough female DJs breaking into one of the most male-dominated industries? I can't answer that question myself, but I can ask two lovely ladies who are with me in studio today who are hell-bent on breaking down gender boundaries by making names for themselves on the SA dance scene and on the ones and twos. I welcome to studio right now Miss Cosmo and Miss Prue. Welcome, ladies.
Hi, how are you?
Pleasure having you here.
Thank you so much.
I mean, this is a great way to end Women's Month. Like I say, we've been, touching on women in all industries, and never actually on Trendz have we done ladies who are, you know, on the turntables and on the decks. And so you guys are absolutely great examples. And Miss Cosmo, Miss Prue, both of you. Okay, the Miss thing, that's going to catch me. But okay, so Miss Cosmo, I mean, with you, people who don't know, like you didn't go the conventional route.
No.
You were 9-to-5ing, and 9-to-5ing in finance.
Yes, I was.
So, but right now, I mean, the demand for you, because there's so many lineups when Ms. Cosmo is always one of the headliners, that you've had to be like, okay, I need to make a decision. And the DJing and parties and the vibe, this is it.
Yeah, that's what took over at that point. I think I had taken my time, obviously being in the finance industry. I studied finance within university. I worked in a bank for 4 years. And at that point, it was a case of, okay, what do I really want? What am I really passionate about? What do I love doing so much? And for me, the music is what spoke to me every single day. So at that point when it was kind of hitting a crux and I had to kind of make a decision, the music kind of spoke for itself. But over and above that, I also just thought about the fact that I'm only young once. So YOLO.
Do what you gotta do.
And I took the plunge and I'm here now.
At the bank though, were you that, you know, employee who's got earphones and they're trying to be like, can you please just focus? Because You have to focus.
It kind of happens, but you know, sometimes they'll be like, why do you have earphones in the first place?
Yeah.
So at that point, I kind of had to, you know, concentrate when I was at work, and I obviously then I put in the hours into the DJing.
And never slept.
Didn't. I was working literally 7 days a week.
Jeez.
Literally.
Okay, Ms. Prue. So, I mean, for people who might not know a lot of things about music, you blew up, but the blow up didn't blow up as much as when Ameni came out.
Yes.
You know what I mean? That track,
time.
it took some time, and your stable mates and Java and them, you've done an amazing thing with that track. Still, you know, one of my favorites, many people's favorites. And little known lady, Miss Prue, is behind the scenes, you know, and you've been actually here before, but you guys had actually performed, all of you, when Fifi and MT were also here after some awards. So, Prudence Sibalo, and here you are.
Hey, ID names.
Yeah, you know, people must know. People must know. You mustn't shy away from that. You know, you have your stage name and then there's you. So tell us about, you know, the journey to here and just what you love about this space.
I started like 8 years ago at a DJing school. Before that, I also worked a bit, but I was like, no way, I'm not doing this. I dropped everything. I researched, I found a school. I came across Fuse Academy.
So both of you, yes, Fuse Academy is DJ Zinhle's school, and I mean, you both are graduates, you know, from one of the best as well in the industry. And so what did Fuse Academy do for you?
I was a student there, and then after some time, I became a lecturer.
Okay.
Because I was that good.
Okay.
Then,
did you have the patience for it, though?
Pardon?
You don't strike me as you'd have the patience to teach people.
I'm very patient.
Really?
I mean, it's been 8 years, and it's only now that people are starting to know who Miss Prue is. So yeah, I became a lecturer. Then I taught people how to DJ. But from then onwards, I needed to break off and become Miss Prue. Then after that, after like a year or two, I then joined Ambitious Entertainment. Then from then onwards, everything just came into place.
The rest is just history that's ongoing, you know? Ms. Cosmo, you do TV, you do radio, you do the club scene. You are like doing it all. So what are you currently doing? And you know, what gets you, I don't know, what gets you buzzing?
I think for me, it's what my next goal is. I'm a very goal-orientated person. So it's always been a case of, okay, what do I do? What do I want to do with my brand this year? And how can I hone it into the next stage? So like you mentioned, I mean, I started off in the club scene, which is where my passion lies, obviously. I still love it. I mean, even last night, I only got home at 4 in the morning.
So you're used to this lifestyle of not sleeping.
I'm used to this of not sleeping, clocking in only 3 hours a day. I'm also on radio. I'm on the Roger Good Show every single morning from 6 until 9 a.m.
Nice one.
Every single day. And I've also got a radio show on a Sunday, a hip-hop radio show where I basically showcase all hip-hop. I try to focus a lot on local hip-hop because I think it doesn't.
And was that always the case, though? Because you used to, but you mix, your mixes are always, you know, a good blend of international as well as local hip-hop.
I've always pushed the local hip-hop purely because I grew up in South Africa when hip-hop was rising in the States, and then it got to a point where it was rising in South Africa. So for me, when I heard local hip-hop, I was like, but why are we not having a platform? So I felt, okay, well, I've been given this opportunity, what am I going to do differently? And that's when I decided to obviously focus on local stuff. And I think the caliber has definitely grown from when it first came out, from what Squatter Camp had given us to where we are today. It's been an amazing journey, and that's what I love about the show, is that every week it's always something different. And right now it's the music, obviously the brand new single, and music production. So yeah,
fantastic.
I'm quite excited
Ms.
about
Prue,
that.
last words very quickly on having to, you know, break down the stereotypes and just, you know, be awesome and be like, hey, yes, I am female, but I'm doing this and I'm going to do it better than you.
I'd like to take away the whole word female. We are artists, and we're doing what we're doing better than a lot of people, if I may say so. So to all the females that want to do it, it takes time. People don't believe you, but hey, at the end of the day, you will get to where you want to go. It's been 8 years. It's been a long time for Noni as well. So,
Fantastic. You see, she called you Noni, and she's the one complaining about me calling her Prudence. Ms. Cosmo, Ms. Prue, thank you so very much, ladies. Absolutely fantastic. Take a look at where they'll be on their social media pages. They are out and about, and ladies, awesome. We are now playing out with Naledi Brown's song, Ndiyamthanda lo Bhuti.
Ndiyamthanda lo Yabulela mna